Hello, digital warriors, and welcome back to The Forge. Today, in episode 79, we will discuss about how to build the 1%. And so, let's start with the foundation. Why does the dojo work when traditional training fails? Pretty simple. In a classroom, you learn theory. In a workshop, you practice. You practice your skills. You see what happens in front of you. And in a dojo, because of this connection, visio with brain, you start to transform yourself. You start to transform your identity. You don't just learn techniques. You become a different person. I've trained kids who came in terrified, bullied at school, zero self-confidence, people that they came from a family's house with dysfunctional parents. 6 months later, 2 years later, when they become mature, they were completely different. They were speaking differently. They were behaving differently. They have shaped their stakeholders around them differently. They handled conflict differently in their lives. That is not training. This is transformation. And it is what nobody in the software industry wants to admit. I don't know why, but this is what I have observed. The same principles are applicable to developers. You don't fix a mediocre coder with a 2-day agile workshop. You don't fix them with a AWS certification on DevOps. You fix them with deliberate, rentless practice in a system designed to engineer behavioral change. And that is the Software Craftsmanship Dojo base. And now you start to understand why we don't teach a framework. We don't teach about agile, extreme programming, craftsmanship manifesto. We engineer behavioral change, moving a coder to an elite software engineer. And now I will show you exactly how it works. Let me bring up the map. A map with the 6 core principles that works in the martial arts dojo and in the software craftsmanship as well. In this map, I will try to show you parallels that are helping you to understand the principle of behavioral change in a dojo, how they apply on the Software Craftsmanship Dojo, so in your software organization. The first parallel that I want to showcase you is the parallel of repetition or muscle memory practice that moves people to have instant habits, atomic habits that could be on self-defense or that could be in software. As you see in judo, you drill a throw thousands of times. I don't even have memory how many times I have done the seonage or the uchimata. That is my signature. At first, you think about every step. Take the grip, entering the position, rotation. It's clunky, it's mechanic, you feel slow. I feel personally like Robocop, and it's not because I have a lot of titanium plates in my bones, but it's not natural. You see that there is something that is not inside me. I need to force me to do that. But let's talk about 500 repetitions. 1,000 repetitions. Something click. We don't know if it was after 100, 200, 500, or if you have to reach even the 10,000 repetition. But what we know is that something clicks. You have developed through the practice, the technique, the moves, so that your brain is wired to your body. And it becomes instant. It's the same approach that a kid, a baby, does to understand how to work. Is wiring, biomechanical wiring. And we can do it also for software. How? You practice test-driven development, clean code, refactoring over time, daily. Not once a month, once a year, daily. At first it is slow. At first you feel, hey, how I can write tests before writing my code? It feels annoying. But after a number of cycles, you cannot write code anymore, avoiding to write tests. Your fingers won't let you writing code without knowing that you have wrote a test. It becomes instant. And that is when you know you have leveled up, when good practice becomes automatic.